everyone and welcome to a long overdue Woollen Wytch update. I've been having some technical issues quite a lot with computers and camera and files and editing, so I've not been able to do any videos for quite a while, but thanks to all of you that have sort of supported me this year and bought things from me from shows and anything bought online, I've managed to be able to treat myself to a new laptop, which means I can now transfer video files without corrupting SD cards, which is lovely, and actually edit without the computer dying halfway through. So I thought it was about time I did a update video for you and just let you know what's been going on. I think my last video I obviously mentioned I was getting married this year. That's been done. We've done a honeymoon, so that's great. I'm now a married woman and I have to keep referring to Ant as my husband, which is a new thing that I'm having to get used to after being together for like boyfriend girlfriend for the last 10 years. Finally married, so that's nice. We went on a honeymoon as well. That it's been a long overdue holiday. That was lovely as well. I will put some videos up actually separately of our sort of wedding and our honeymoon and things. I did do a lot of filming and photos as well whilst I was away, so I was going to post them earlier, but obviously issues with computer, so I've not been able to do it, so I will post those as well because I think they're just nice and they're something that I can forward along to my family members. So Ant and I had a very small ceremony. It was literally just my parents and his parents there, and then we joined up with like my sister, his sister, and his best friend for lunch. And so a lot of our family obviously weren't present, and by our family I mean my very large family with lots of aunties and uncles, so I think it'd be nice just to post something so they can see what the day was like and things, so they don't feel like they've missed out. It's always a bit of an issue when you have a smaller wedding but you've got a large family, but we just couldn't afford it, so that wasn't in the cards. But it was very nice, it was very intimate, and it felt like us. It was really nice. I didn't feel self-conscious at any point, so that was always a worry with those sort of large weddings. I keep getting distracted by Mogget, who is just down there on the floor, so if I keep looking that way, that's what it is. So we've done all of that. We went off to Florence and had our honeymoon and came back, and then I've pretty much been off and running and doing lots of shows lately. I've pretty much had one a month, which is very unlike me. Usually I do sort of two or three shows a year, but this year I thought it would be a show year, so I done a lot of shows, but it's meant that I've not had a lot of energy or headspace to be able to do a lot of other things. It's pretty much just like get out in the shed, dye the things for the show, go do the show, and then start again from the start again. So I've not had a chance to do any sort of shop updates, or I've done some more new colourways, but I've not been able to sort of announce them or anything like that as well. I've had them with me at shows, but I've not had them online. My day job has gotten exponentially busier as well, so I've been doing a lot more hours there, and then I come home and I'm so shattered. And it's a 3-hour commute as well, sort of 2 to 3 hour commute every day, so that sort of really eats into my time that I can do Woollen Wytch, which is quite sad. But I've been told that they are cutting my hours, which sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing because it means I get to do more things on Woollen Wytch. Not sure when that's going to happen, but they are hoping, I think, sometime this year. So it means that I can sort of push forward and do some more with Woollen Wytch, and obviously do more updates, more yarns, more stuff, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sort of looking on the positive side. Obviously means a pay cut for my general wage, but I'm hoping that the more hours I can put into Woollen Wytch, there's sort of a balance out. But it means that I just have a lot more headspace and won't be stuck down in being exhausted all the time, which would be just great. It's just grand. Because work has been so busy, I have not had the energy to do a lot of knitting projects or anything like that either, so it's really hard. I work less hours than I did when I worked at Sainsbury's, but because of the times of day that I work now and the long commute, it eats more into my time, and so the only time I get to do Woollen Wytch is on the weekend, and so I don't have as much time to do stuff around the house or for myself. So I've not been able to do, well, clean the house or or do any knitting projects really. So I don't have a lot to show you as to what I've been working on and things, but like I said, when the hours change, that will change. That'd be really good. Yeah, I've been trying to do little bits of sort of commuting knitting really. Obviously I was working on my Eun Light. I don't know how to say it. I want to say Eun. I know that is wrong, but that's how my brain wants to say it. I will put a link to it in the description, and I'll put a little flashy text bit down here so you guys can find it. It's a pattern by November Knits. I was knitting it to go to Florence with. Bad time of year. It was so hot in Florence. I didn't even take it with me. But I finished it. So I have a finished sweater. So it's knit using my 100% Blue Face Leicester double knit yarn in the colour Hearthland Whispers. And yeah, it's the Eun Light Sweater by November Knits. And the colours have come out so nicely. It's a top-down raglan knit, but it's got, I don't know if you can sort of see, it has got a folded over neckline, which I've never done before on a neckline, and I really love the sort of effect of it, and it's sort of more cushioned around the neck. I've added in a little bit of elastic in the fold just to help it keep some shape, but it's so comfy. I'm so annoyed that we've gone through a really nice summer with such good weather, because I've not been able to wear this jumper at all this year since I finished knitting it. It feels like such a shame. I've had it with me when I've done shows, so if any of you have sort of come and seen me at shows, you would have seen it on my mannequin. It's got some gorgeous like split sides. I'm not sure the cut of the jumper suits me, but I'm so pleased with how it's turned out. I'm not sure I care, which is really nice. But yeah, the colours are gorgeous. So they're sort of midnighty blues, greys with some oranges coming through. Gothy neutral, which is my sort of bag really. I will insert a video of me wearing it so you guys can sort of see, but I am so pleased with that jumper. And it's a jumper, and it's like a full garment. My thing is that I usually knit accessories because they're so quick and easy to do. They are just like a quick win, which when you don't really have a lot of time to do any knitting is perfect. But this was so nice to knit. I was a little confused. It's not really the way I personally prefer patterns to be written. I like them very like step by step. This is a bit more, I don't know if you will understand what I mean by like, but fluidy, paragraphy writing rather than like do this, do this, do this, do this. Which is how I prefer, my brain prefers to do it, because I can almost like tick it off as I'm going through. But this was a little bit more, I don't know, difficult for me to read and go through. There was quite a few times that I had to rip it back and then restart it. So it took me a little longer than I would have liked, but I finished it, and that to me is fantastic. Yeah, other than that, I've not really done any big projects. I've got things that I want to be doing, but I haven't actually managed to get there yet. But I have been doing sock knitting because that is the perfect commute knit. I had some sock blanks, you might have seen them years ago, that I was trying to sell, and I kept a few back because I wasn't happy with the quality of the colours and things. They didn't look great, but I have been using them to just do some scrappy socks and things and just commute knitting so I don't forget how to knit. But yeah, they're not coming out too bad. So this is the actual sock blank is attached. So let's have it. There we go. So it's a bit of a tie-dye effect. So it is merino nylon, which I try to keep away from these days. A personal sort of sustainability front. I think I've mentioned before that a lot of merino, actually almost all merino, is sourced from South America and Australia. So it's got some air miles on it. So I try to keep my stuff now within the UK, but obviously this is stuff I've already bought. So rather than throwing that away or anything like that, I've decided to just use my stash and just, even if it is just socks, just get it used. So this was the sock blank that I'm knitted it from. I've done one sock so far, and I'm sort of halfway-ish through the second sock. So this was how it's initially knit up. Obviously it's just a massive white blank bit, which I think is why I kept this back and didn't bother selling it. But yeah, it was just a shadow wrap heel, which is like my sort of go-to heel. It's the one that I can sort of remember, so it's the one I always end up going to. It's just a plain old vanilla sock, which to me, perfect, because you don't have to have any brain space for it. Literally sit in the car or sit on the train and knit. Currently about an inch away from turning on the heel from the other sock as well. I quite like the way this one's coming out because it's got a bit more sort of purple and turquoisiness to it. That's pretty much the projects I've been working on lately. I've not been doing a lot else. I've got a blanket that I'm currently working on, which is just a massive crochet blanket. I have some very plain sort of colours that are from World of Wool. It's just their own chunky yarn that they've got. I've got just a mixture of colours, so I'm just working through just using my stash. But yeah, it's coming out quite nicely. It's wide enough to fit like me in cosily, like width-wise. I've still got plenty of the yarn left, so I've just been working on that more than anything in the evenings. Obviously it's a bit warm at the moment, so last thing you want to do is work on a blanket when it's so hot. You have to have a fan on you at all times. So that is more of a, if I can be bothered, that's what I'm doing. If not, it's just sock knitting. I do have an entire basket filled with half-done projects and yarn that's been prepped ready with a pattern to do projects. But yeah, like I said, it's getting around and finding the time. I know some people can just get a garment done a week, if not quicker, and I do not know how, for the life of me, they manage to fit it into their daily life. Like, that is insane. I wish I could do that, but currently, no. No, a lot of the time I'm so tired, I cannot take like the brain space of reading it, the pattern, to make sense of it, let alone just sitting there and finding the time to knit. It's not happening. So hopefully new hours coming soon, hopefully, and I can have a little bit more time to myself, even if it is sitting in the shed waiting for everything to die, and then I'm just sitting there knitting as well, because that would be enough. But it will happen. It will happen. I have faith. They tried to do it at the start of the year, but unfortunately, because basically what they're doing is splitting almost like a job share. So they're finding I'm good at the admin task and the sort of computery spreadsheet stuff, but they want someone else that can also do more of the events. So I work in event catering, so they're wanting someone that can go out and do like a canapé job and things like that, which I have no interest in, and they're aware I have no interest in. And they're aware that I don't really want to work the amount of hours that I do work for them. So they're trying to do like a job share and find someone that can do sort of part office, part event stuff, so that I can go off and do less hours and actually concentrate on Woollen Wytch a bit more, which would be lovely. They tried to do it at the start of the year. They couldn't find the right candidate, but I think they found someone now. So I think they are sort of trying to work through a contract and work it out, but hopefully that will be coming soon. I have got Southern Wool Show at the end of August. That is my next one if you want to come and see me. After that, I don't have anything confirmed yet, So if there is any shows that you want to see me at, let me know, and I will apply for them. I will hopefully have more time next year, so that would be nice. I am jumping around everywhere because there's so much to talk about, but also I don't really know where to talk about what, in what order. Videos, I am out of practice. At least to give you a bit of an update as to how my brain is coping or not coping. It's not coping. I'm lying completely. It's not coping at all. But hopefully we will work through this and be able to sort something out so I can be more consistent for you guys and also more consistent for me, because my brain both loves chaos and hates it at the same time, and I don't know how to cope when I don't have either, or too much of both, and the overwhelm has become too much lately. Luckily, have the day off today, so I've been able to do this video and sort out a few things, which should be nice. But yeah, hopefully we can get more of these happening. I will edit up my wedding and also my honeymoon videos, and you guys can see that, and also actually my hen party weekend away that I had with my sisters and my mum up in Edinburgh. I took some videos up there whilst I was up there as well, so hopefully I can share that with you as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. It's been really nice to waffle at you. Hopefully you guys are okay with the chaoticness of not having any sort of plan with these videos and me just spouting stuff at you. We'll get through it eventually, I'm sure. Maybe at some point I will pre-plan videos rather than actually just sitting down, putting the camera on and then just talking at it. But I don't know, maybe you guys like this. Let me know, I guess. But hope everyone has a fantastic day. Whatever you're doing, whether you're chill knitting whilst you're watching this, or if you're doing the washing up, I don't know. That's become my thing lately, is to watch YouTube videos whilst I'm doing housework, because it passes the time better. So maybe that's what you're doing as well. But I hope you have a fantastic time, and I hope I see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching.